We love your comments and feedback in our last video, so thank you. By the end of this video, you're going to meet Wendy and hear her aha moments that helped her find her healthy. But she didn't do it alone. She had a little guidance from us. And stay tuned because we're going to crush your excuses.
Together, Marcy and I have over 49 years combined education, training, and experience in fitness, nutrition, and mental well-being. And we are always inspired by your stories. Let's meet Wendy.
All right, so Wendy, oh my goodness, you just turned 50. Happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday.
So you're 50. And of course, as women, we've had struggles with nutrition and fitness and just health in general. So can you describe to us what your struggles were before finding you're healthy?
So I would say my whole life I've had the yo-yo dieting thing. One year I'm thin, the next year I was not thin, and trying new things forever, probably 20 years. When I hit 40, I had my first Find My Healthy with a family member that was getting knee replacements, and I was getting heavier at that point. And I thought, like, I just don't want to be there. I don't want to end up like that. So I lost 40 pounds, felt great. I started working out. I got my training certificate. I started personal training and really got into the lifestyle, but I was still kind of yo-yoing. I wasn't really able to maintain it. And it kind of developed into like a food, not a disorder. What do they call it? Not like an eating disorder, disordered eating, I would say. So I started to have a very unhealthy relationship with food.
So an unhealthy relationship, described that, was it eating too much, not eating enough, or maybe it was a little bit of both?
Calorie restricting, and then just really going off the rails like 1 or 2 days a week. So it just wasn't really healthy. And that worked for a while. Obviously, you can't sustain that. So I just kept gaining, and I kind of gave up, I would say. So I was in that place for quite a few years.
And Wendy, you're going from fad diet to fad diet, and then you had a health scare in your family, which prompted you like, whoa, this is something that I don't want to happen to me. So you start working out. So it sounds like exercise has always been kind of your go-to, like you've had a healthier relationship with exercise compared with food. And exercise was always something, and I can relate to this too, because there were so many times where my eating, I actually had an eating disorder, but my eating was so out of whack, and I ended up going and studying nutrition. But you became a trainer. So you were training people, you trained yourself, and this actually worked really well for you until it didn't. But also, where were you? Like, are you married at this time? Do you have kids? Tell us a little bit about your home life and your work life as well.
So I do have 2 daughters. They're in their 20s now. So they were much younger when the, first aha moment happened. So I was pretty active. I was working, married, just living life. And it was hard because I didn't really eat with my family. I got onto this very strict regimen that was like my food, and then I would cook for them. So not really teaching them either really a healthy way to eat.
Very restrictive. Yeah. And a lot of families, they do like have 2 different dinners, and mainly it could be most of the time the females go buy the groceries or they're making the food, and a lot of females are on diets. So they eat something different from their entire family. So yeah, we definitely know that. That's definitely a struggle for most women. It's like, how can I eat a normal meal with my family and enjoy it? Something we all can enjoy together.
Right.
So what happens? So you're going back and forth with exercising, and now you're in calorie restriction or binge eating. And what finally prompted you? Like, what was your breaking point? What was your low moment when you're like, something's got to change?
It actually happened during COVID. A lot of people went one way. I went the complete opposite. I really did care about my health, and I was worried about getting sick. And then I met you 2 ladies and joined the tribe, and that's the end of it, I guess.
So you
The
know
beginning
what?
of the journey. So,
Exactly. It is the beginning of the
yeah.
journey. And I think it's beautiful where, again, it was fear that kind of took over. And you're like, I don't want to get sick. I want to do everything to protect myself. You get to do this challenge. We do lives, we're together, we're engaged, it's fun. So, what are some of the things that you learned? Because that was only 4 weeks, and you've been doing this over a year now.
Over a year.
So a big, huge part of it was eliminating dairy and meat and doing plant-based and reteaching myself how to cook, because all I knew was conventional cooking. So I spent a lot of time in the kitchen. And was it 4 weeks, the first challenge? That's all it was? Okay.
She's like, that's all it
Wow.
was.
I know. I'm like, what did we do for the last year?
I know. I felt like it's lasted a year, like these habits. You read the book, built a foundation. It's like a new lease on life. Just trying to get people to eat more plants. It was really basic. It wasn't about recreating a will or counting calories or counting macros. It was about choosing plants over processed and getting the body moving. So yeah, I love that you're like, has it only been a year? Like you have to see, like, we love your before and afters. Like, we can't wait to show everybody your before and afters. Because yours, it's not a fast process. It's very slow. And anybody that's especially over 30, it's a slow process. There's nothing fast.
It's sustainable. And that's exactly what you had said before, this whole caloric restriction with the workout. Like, the workouts were sustainable, it sounds like, from what you were doing, but the caloric restriction was not sustainable. And what you've implemented now, eating a predominantly plant-based diet, working out, moving your body, you're still working, you're still a wife, you're still a mother, even though your kids are in their 20s now, you're still doing all those things, but I'm hearing that you're making yourself a priority, Wendy, and that's beautiful.
And I would say that was a huge part of it, is that you both taught me to slow down, to do meditation. I did yoga for the first time. I always said I would never do it. It was too slow. Just a lot of new, really good habits. And yes, self-care is huge. So
it's beautiful. One of the things you said about cooking, so you were used to more conventional cooking and you had to learn a whole new way of cooking. What was that process like? Can you describe that a little bit?
It was involved. I mean, I feel I spent all my time in the kitchen. I actually feel like I still do, but it was always a hobby for me. So I imagine if someone wanted to go plant-based, they could do it much easier than I do. I make my own dressings. I take everything to the extreme, I think. But this is a positive one. So it was, now it seems silly because I can pull meals together pretty quickly, but I really just had to learn how to substitute protein in, and obviously knowing now that's not a big, priority, but I had really been on the macro diet for so many years. I didn't believe beans could sustain me. I have IBS and it's not active now. I mean, I've had a super healthy gut for the last year. And I do want to say, though, the weight loss was definitely a side effect. I did this for health. And I feel like that's why it's sustainable, because I just feel better. I don't really want to eat garbage because then I feel like garbage.
Garbage in, garbage out. And it's true. Like when you're putting these nutrient dense, like energy rich foods into your body, you glow and you are glowing, and you feel so much better.
Yeah, we definitely noticed a change with you, especially not just your pictures and stuff, but like you're like posting and glowing, and when you're posting on Facebook, you can even tell like by somebody's personality, attitude, and how they post, like they were kind of changing. We're like, look at Wendy.
It's also so cool. Like, you retaught yourself a hobby that you love, cooking, and now you make all this delicious food for yourself. And I'm not sure if your family will ask if your family eats that way in just a second. But one of the other things, you take in all this delicious food to work, and a lot of people at work now want your meals. Tell about that.
It is my claim to fame now. So I've won over quite a few people. It feels really good. One of the ladies that was in the challenge also works with me. So, we're in a little healthy competition all the time. And there's one lady at work right now. I'm cooking all of her meals because she's pregnant and she wants to eat well. So I've been cooking for her for about 6 weeks. So
wow, no wonder you're in the kitchen. You're also cooking for other people, right?
It pays for my groceries.
I love it. I think that's fantastic.
It's a win-win situation. You can help yourself be healthy and somebody else, and you get some groceries out of it. That's a win.
Yeah. So, but I enjoy doing it. It's the mom in me. It's my love language for sure. I love to feed people. So
nurture for sure.
It feels good to feed people good food. So
it really does. It's a form of love and sharing that. So speaking of sharing this amazing food with people, how about who all lives in your home? Is it just you and your husband now? Are you guys empty nesters, or do you have any kids?
Not quite. I have a younger daughter in her senior year of college, so she's home on vacations.
Wonderful. So do they eat some of the food that you prepare, or are you making?
They do. Like meat it's still around a little bit, but it's pretty much disappeared. I don't think we use the grill much at all this summer, which I'm fine with. Yeah.
Wow.
But they really learned how to cook during all of us being at home, because she wasn't at school for a little while last year and my other daughter was still living at home. And so we've developed quite a few recipes that are family favorites that are really good and plant-based. So it's fun.
You're going to have to share some of those recipes with us, and we'll have to have them in our Plant Chics book, and we'll give you full credit for them. Seriously.
Well, I have to give you guys full credit for the chocolate chip bars, because that's a favorite at work. I have to take them every week. Every week. It's crazy.
So good.
I know there's Chris liked the golden turmeric hummus. She was like, that was.
Oh, I don't know that one. Oh, my dog's gonna start barking. I'm sorry.
No, that's barking. That's okay. Can you hear our dogs barking? It's
you can't.
Good.
He might make me pick him up.
That's okay. Go for it.
Okay. That's right. Let's see here. No, Wendy, seriously, thank you so much for being here and sharing like what your life was like before, the struggles that you went through. Like so many women have gone through exactly what you have gone through. We've been through it as well. And it's amazing that you took a very scary moment and you're like, I'm going to do everything I can to protect myself. And it's worked. And like you said, like this has been a side effect of eating more plants, learning to cook and love to cook, and cooking for other people, working out regularly, moving your body, being around a community of people that inspire you and motivate you. Like you are also sharing the gift of health with your friends, but it's beautiful to see how amazing like this lifestyle has been on you and to see how you've grown up so much.
No, definitely. Well, I mean, family, working full time, you have obviously a new position, and it's more demanding, and you're still doing this, and over 50, like it can be done.
Hashtag no excuses.
Yeah.
And it's definitely an evolving process, but we love seeing your glow up for the Plant Chics. I mean, we've known you for a little over a year, and we love that. With COVID, we did meet a lot of people online. We got to meet you. And you changed your life. You took that, you like you said, you can go one way, you can go negative or positive, and you took a positive route. I feel like that's important because in times of crisis, it is hard to choose which path to go. So for you picking this path and us,
and there's always a choice.
There's always a choice. And then we see you here a year something later. And you got, let me say this, your before and after pictures, when you guys see it's amazing because it's like before and after. And I love that it's just this process and how excited you were to show us, to send us your pictures. Because, not a lot of people, women in general, especially over 40, are like, I don't want to be in a bikini. I don't want to show it. But to show it, it's celebrate. Yeah, it's embracing your body and embracing your new healthy. And we love that you found your new healthy because life is always changing. It'll be different from your 50s, 60s, and 70s. We do know that. But always being plugged into a tribe that helps you just learn new things that, you can take with yourself as you grow.
Describe what like a typical day in the life of Wendy looks like.
Well, in this new position, I am up pretty early. So I'm up about 4 and I do a workout because I have to stick to that, and a little bit of quiet time, breakfast, off to work. And when I come home, this one gets his his big long walk, because that was one of my weekly goals forever ago, and it just stuck. So we have our between 6 and 7 o'clock walk, and that's about it. Just really low key at the end of the night, because I'm usually in bed by about 9 o'clock. Try to get a really good night's sleep. That's very, very important.
Very, very important. This sounds like
rinse and repeat.
Day. Yeah, no, that sounds like a beautiful, beautiful day. And I love that you stress the importance of sleep and also that quiet time in the morning. And obviously, like the working out and all that fun stuff is good, but so many people miss the sleep and that quiet time, like the meditation time. So kudos to you. Your goals, Wendy.
Well, you two have helped with that so much. So thank you to you.
We feel loved for sure. No, we love meeting you. We love this entire journey of seeing where you glow. And obviously, instead of grow, it's like glow up. But just watching you in different months, like 3 months later, then 4 months and 5 months, and here we are. It's almost a year and 3 months since that challenge. Can you believe that?
I can't.
I know. So we were like, oh my gosh, because she was we've known Wendy a couple of years. I'm like, no, it's
You're like
a year and 4 months. Like we were doing this during the pandemic.
I think last year counts for like 5 years.
Like years. The pandemic feels like years, but our relationship, that online feels like a shorter amount of time for sure.
Yeah.
So, and we can't wait to continue to watch you blow up through the years.
That's right, because this is a long-term relationship for sure.
Yes.
All right, one more question. I'm sorry. What's your dog's name?
This is Rocky.
Rocky.
We have a Rocky here.
So make sure you do like an extra lap or something with Rocky. And thank you, Rocky, for giving us mommy.
Oh, Rocky.
So cute. Oh, you.
That was really funny.
I can't believe he heard you.
No, but thank you for giving us your mommy during your walk time. So that was wonderful. Wendy, thank you so much for your time tonight. We love you.
Thank you. I love you guys.
Thank you. All right. Well, have a good night, and we will see you on social.
All right. Sounds good. Bye.
Isn't Wendy's story inspiring? She has a full-time job. She's a mom. She's a wife, a friend. You get the picture. You heard how she realized it wasn't about time. It was about priorities. She made her health a priority. We're going to crush some excuses we've been hearing from you.
One excuse we hear from you is that you literally have to get out of your own way, or you lack motivation, or that you cheat and you have to start over again. Our advice to you, be like Wendy. Choose health and choose to take action. A body at rest stays at rest. A body in motion stays in motion. You have to take that first step, which is oftentimes the hardest one to do. It's crucial, but it can be done. So the next time you're sitting on the couch, watching TV, eating that junk food, remember or recognize that these are energy drainers. Choose to take action, choose to get up, move your body, eat some healthy food, and see that these are energy elevators. Try this and let us hear from you.
We're hearing from you don't have enough support at home. They don't eat the same way as you. You have to find your tribe. You might need to keep your blinders on because people that are not used to seeing you work out or eat healthy will want you to skip that workout or eat junk food with them. Surround yourself with people who make health a priority, and that will nudge you forward right into your goals.
You tell us it's super hard to maintain your motivation, to keep working out, to keep eating those healthy foods. Remember when she was talking about finding your tribe? Well, we encourage you to join our Plant Chics tribe. where we support you when you're having a bad day, where we encourage you to work out, and where we encourage you to eat that next delicious healthy meal.
One healthy meal doesn't make you healthy, just like one workout doesn't make you fit. Consistency is where it's at. In our next video, we're going to show you how to put this all together. Losing weight, how to keep it off, exercise that you will do, nutrition that will keep you satisfied,
and mental tips and tricks that will help you find your healthy lifestyle and that has helped thousands of women find their healthy. We will have an offer for you that you need to watch if you're ready to take your transformation to the next level.
We want to hear from you. What is one takeaway from this video that you can implement today?